South Africa's dark history of apartheid saw its citizens endure decades of forced removals and land dispossession, signifying a violation of rights which inflicted harm and suffering on many. Part of the constitutional project in the new dawn of democracy is undoing the harm through redress. A critical tool to achieve this includes Section 25 of the Constitution and other relevant legislation. While some government entities, such as Chief Land Claims Commissioner Nomfundo Nhloko, reports progress.
We are but one part of the land reform umbrella, and we are guided by the Restitution Act, and the obligation was always be on us to make sure that we restore land to those individuals, communities who were dispossessed as a result of racially discriminatory practices and or laws. So we received over about 80,000 claims by the cut-off date of 1998, and of those we've settled over 90%. We have about 5,000 that are still outstanding.
Experts such as land activists, Advocate Tembega Ngwaitobi SC, however, is not convinced, despite what the statistics purport to portray.
Ask the government, how many claims have you settled, land claims? Many people think, how many people have received land? And the government tells you 80% of land claims have been settled. But when you dig deeper, what you realize is that more than 90% of those claims that have been settled have been through cash compensation. So the underlying problem of land injustice has not been resolved, it's been postponed. And that is why claimants will take money on the one side, which is insufficient because the actual cash payout is very low. And on the other side, they will still persist in getting a house and demand the house from the government. So that's the one area where it's misleading.
The Nelson Mandela Foundation says that South Africa remains haunted by the continued legacy of land dispossession, and it considers the realization of the right to equitable access to land, and more broadly the advancement of land reform, as unfinished business in relation to the legacy of Madiba. It is against this backdrop that the Foundation has approached the Western Cape High Court, seeking a declaratory order that will see the realization of just and equitable access to land through Section 25, subsection 5 of the Constitution. A highly regarded document that figures such as retired Justice L.V. Sachs says holds the remedies.
We must use the rights the Constitution gives us, the remedies in the Constitution, to bring about the change, not change the Constitution, but change our society using the Constitution.
The Foundation contends, among other things, that it cannot be disputed that the state is in breach of its obligations as stated in Section 25, subsection 5 of the Constitution, to pass reasonable legislation that will foster conditions that will enable citizens to gain equitable access to land. As a result, the Foundation has turned to the High Court for relief, charging that this country cannot afford further delay. Canny, Maphanga, SABC News, Johannesburg.